symbiote became more and more resistant to the government's sleeping meds and started regaining consciousness. And then Thompson's sleek, armored look started to mold back into the familiar shape. And look at that! It's Mac's logo again! So, alright, we can wrap our heads around that. Flash looks mostly like the cool armored look, but when he loses control, he hulks out into the same general look as mid-level Gargan, the old head and the new body. Until suddenly he doesn't. Further into the run, during the Spider Island event, Flash faces off against Eddie as Anti-Venom and then switches back to the pure classic Venom design. Original logo, no pointy monster toes or human eyes. What, did being near Eddie make it remember how it used to look again? Because it briefly latches onto him and it looks like his old design again, so No, we're not doing this Thermian argument crap. I'm not going to theorize an in-universe reason, because there isn't one. The only in-universe conclusion to be drawn from this is that the symbiote is a wishy-washy amorphous slime that just looks like whatever it wants to at any given time with no rhyme or reason, and it is subject to change mere seconds apart. Quick, which person is Venom in this panel? You're wrong, it's Mac. In the next issue after that, he's back to the classic logo, but with the pointy, sharp toes. Next arc after that, he's got Gargan's logo, then back to the Eddie logo, then Gargan again, then Eddie. No two artists can seem to agree on what the symbiote is meant to look like in its natural form. Both looks are fine on their own, and I'd be happy if we just picked one and stuck to it. But it becomes weird that there's no unified, consistent design, and we keep alternating back and forth. Even into the Space Knight arc, when Flash was hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, he's got this cool spacesuit look that's really simple and nice, but as soon as the teeth come out, it's back to being middle-stage Gargan again. Even after Flash stopped being Venom, the top two legs keep going up over the shoulders like a sultry bra strap on so many characters. For a short time, at the beginning of Mike Costa's run, a criminal named Lee Price became Venom, and it was a role reversal where he was the host that was totally evil, and the symbiote had reformed and become completely heroic. Lee's costume had the usual logo, it's doing it again, but mixed it up a bit on the other details of the costume by adding more jagged white stripes from the eyes and the gloves. This was a bit of a cool but short-lived design that actually made its way into Fortnite of all things. But that story wrapped up with a new beginning when Eddie Brock became Venom once again, just in time for movie synergy. And to the credit of Marvel artists, he's mostly looked how he's supposed to since then. Proper chest logo, proper eyes. You can kind of fudge the details on the mouth a little, it's okay. But Gargan's Venom logo is still pervasive on Eddie in adaptations like cartoons and games. In fact, a huge percentage of Venom's appearances in gaming in the last 20 years still use this design, regardless of who the host is in the game. Though the original still pops up enough that it's not been totally forgotten in that realm. Shout out to Midnight Suns for having the best Eddie Brock adaptation in any medium ever. Gargan's design also appears constantly on alternate universe Venoms, all over the place, and it somehow has affected things like Peter Parker's symbiote design in the main universe. During Dan Slott's final arc on Amazing Spider-Man Go Down Swinging, Eddie gives the suit to Peter to help him defeat Green Goblin mixed with Carnage. It was a whole crazy thing. And then Peter's black suit is inexplicably changed into this. Why does he have Kamina glasses? Why does it look different now? It has no reason to be a different design from the old one. It would make the most sense to be the old one. I know this is such a stupid thing to care about, but this bugs me. It's not that I want the classic design to just be on everything. That's really not what this is about. It bothers me when I see Mac or Flash wearing that look just as much as when Eddie's got this one. I really want every person to be their own unique Venom, with their personality affecting the way the symbiote solidifies on the outside. It's just such a cool concept, but no one's really stuck to that rule. Every design may start unique, but then it just becomes a very general and recognizable blank slate Venom after enough time, and the person inside doesn't consistently input something on the outward design. You can look at any of these and definitely understand, yes, that's Venom, but which Venom is important? The host informs so much about how every version of Venom behaves. While the Gargan logo is cool in its own right, it's a little disappointing for me to see it, or even the classic logo, both just arbitrarily slapped onto any random Venom with no thought put into why. Plus, it would be a great opportunity for more artists to leave a lasting mark on the characters' visuals if they're allowed to branch out from doing more than just these same two designs over and over. So I'd like to pose this question to you. If you could design a brand new Venom logo for a new host, whether it be an old character or an original one, how would it look? Tell me about it in the comments, or if you have the means to draw it yourself, send it to my socials because I want to see what you guys come up with. Just no AI crap, that'll take the fun out of it. Be creative, come up with something new that we've never seen before. I want to see it. As much as he'll always take priority as far as hosts go, and he is my favorite one, Venom is never going to just be only Eddie. The concept of venomizing other characters has been around since the very beginning, and it's simply too cool to put down. I'm fine with other people being Venom if it's not written like crap! Sorry. But I would like the look of Venom to be informed by the character, not just whatever random thing happens to be the most recognizable in the mind of the person drawing it. Moving forward, can we collectively start making Venom designs more varied and interesting instead of a simple binary, this one or that one? At least Harry's Agent Venom design had its own logo. Didn't read very well as a spider, but it was something different and I can remember it. Bottom line, they should continue to make unique Venom designs for every new host character, but they should also stay committed to those designs and stop randomly switching things back and forth between all of these characters. Thankfully, on the comics front, there's been some progress towards this. Eddie Brock's son Dylan had this new version of the chess spider that's stylized more like a dragon after all the Null retcon stuff. Oh wait, never mind the immediate next issue, they went back to the old one, okay. And as much as it boggles my mind to say this, Mary Jane Watson is currently Venom.